From making sure you save the most money for your retirement to expanding your small business, it is Money Monday, and here's always to help answer your financial questions is our friend Paul Hood from Hood CPAs. Paul, great to see you. We have 3 viewer questions, but first, love your suit color.
We're
almost
rocking it.
matched today. Yours is a little more purple, but it's close. Our first question is from Justin, and Justin says this. I want to make sure that I get the most out of my retirement. I started saving early. Recently, I heard about a saver's credit. What is that, though, and who is all eligible for it?
So it's a credit. It's an incentive when you file your tax return to the government to give you a little bit of money. It's fairly limited. It sounds great. You can get either a 50%, 20%, or 10% contribution or credit based on what you put in. The challenge is the income limits are pretty low. So somebody for 2022 that they're a married couple that makes $40,000 or less can get a 50% credit based on what they put in. So, but it's limited to $2 grand. So if somebody puts in, if a married couple puts in $4,000, $2,000 a piece, they can get a $2,000 credit. The 20% goes up to about 45, 50,000 a year as a joint couple, and then over 60 so goes to 10, and over 68 you get nothing. So it's phased out. So people, it's really, if he makes very much money, you're married and make very much money, very few people get it, but it's a great thing to have, and it should calculate automatically.
And it's good he's saving money early, too.
That's right. Yep. That's exactly right.
All right, our next question is from Brandon, and he says, my wife recently inherited a vintage Mustang from her family. I thought we could turn it into a business by renting it for photo shoots. That's kind of a good idea. Well, I already have an LLC for my rental home business. Should I create a separate LLC for the Mustang or merge it with my existing business?
So from a tax standpoint, it's fairly irrelevant. So an LLC is really a state level legal entity. It's designed to protect the assets of the LLC from a lawsuit from the outside. And it's also potentially designed to protect the owner personally from lawsuits from within the LLC. So the IRS doesn't recognize an LLC as a taxable entity, though, and lots of people don't know that. So we have to tell the IRS this is going to be taxed as a sole proprietorship, a partnership, or corporation. So for tax purposes, it's okay to combine them. For legal purposes, if they think they're going to get sued, or if they get sued in the rental business, they could take the Mustang. Maybe they do something separate, but other than legal, it's okay to combine them.
Okay. And our last question is from Hunter, and he says, I own an S corporation. I get charged a 3% credit card processing fee when a customer pays using their credit card. Can I write this off as a deduction? So yeah, anything, the bulk of the Internal Revenue Code, the law that we all go by, is written for people in business for themselves. And so the IRS has or Congress, the lawmakers it has to be reasonable and necessary, ordinary and necessary. And if it meets that, then it's deductible. So even most of the deductions that are available out there are not just written out in the law. So if we can argue that it plays a role to create the revenue that happens for the business, we can deduct it. So absolutely, you can deduct that. Okay, Paul, great stuff. Thanks so much. We appreciate it. If you have a financial question you would like me to ask Paul next week, you can send them to moneymonday@griffin.news.